Number 10. Katetsuju no Kabinari. The world is in the midst of the Industrial Revolution when horrific creatures emerge from a mysterious virus, ripping through the flesh of humans to sate their never-ending appetite. The only way to kill these beings, known as Kabi, is by destroying their steel-coated hearts. However, if bitten by one of these monsters, the victim is doomed to a fate worse than death, as the fallen rise once more to join the ranks of their fellow undead. Only the most fortified of civilizations have survived this turmoil, as is the case with the island of Hinamoto, where mankind has created a massive wall to protect themselves from the endless hordes of Kabi. The only way into these giant fortresses is via heavily armored trains, which are serviced and built by young men such as Akoma. Having created a deadly weapon that he believes will easily pierce through the hearts of Kabi, Akoma eagerly awaits the day when he will be able to fight using his new invention. Little does he know, however, that his chance will come much sooner than he expected. Number 9. Claymore. When a shape-shifting demon with a thirst for human flesh, known as Yama, arrives in Rocky's village, a lone woman with silver eyes walks into town with only a sword upon her back. She is a claymore, a being manufactured as half-human and half-Yama, for the express purpose of exterminating these monsters. After Rocky's family is killed, the claymore saves his life, but he is subsequently banished from his home. With nowhere else to go, Rocky finds the claymore, known as Claire, and decides to follow her on her journeys. As the pair travel from town to town, defeating Yama along the way, more about Claire's organization and her fellow warriors comes to light. With every town cleansed and every demon destroyed, they come closer to the Yama on which Claire has sought vengeance, ever since she chose to become a claymore. Number 8. Kekai Sensen. Supersonic monkeys, vampires, talking fishmen, and all sorts of different supernatural monsters living alongside humans. This has been part of daily life in Halsalam's Lot, formerly known as New York City, for some time now. When a gateway between Earth and the beyond opened 3 years ago, New Yorkers and creatures from the other dimension alike were trapped in an impenetrable bubble, and were forced to live together. Libra is a secret organization composed of eccentrics and superhumans, tasked with keeping order in the city, and making sure that chaos doesn't spread to the rest of the world. Pursuing photography as a hobby, Leonardo watches living a normal life with his parents and sister. But when he obtains the all-seeing eyes of the gods at the expense of his sister's eyesight, he goes to Halsalam's Lot in order to help her by finding answers about the mysterious powers he received. He soon runs into Libra, and when Leo unexpectedly joins their ranks, he gets more than what he bargained for. Kekai Sensen follows Leo's misadventures in the strangest place on Earth, with his equally strange comrades as the ordinary boy unwittingly sees his life take a turn for the extraordinary. Number 7. Kurashisuji. Young Seal Phantomhive is known as the Queen's guard dog, taking care of the many unsettling events that occur in Victorian England for Her Majesty. Aided by Sebastian Michaelis, his loyal butler with seemingly inhuman abilities, Seal uses whatever means necessary to get the job done. But is there more to this black-clad butler than meets the eye? In Seal's past lies a secret tragedy that enveloped him in perennial darkness during one of his bleakest moments. He formed a contract with Sebastian, a demon, bargaining his soul in exchange for vengeance upon those who wronged him. Today, not only is Sebastian one hell of a butler, but he is also the perfect servant to carry out his master's orders, all the while anticipating the delicious meal he will eventually make of Seal's soul. As the two work to unravel the mystery behind Seal's chain of misfortunes, a bond forms between them that neither heaven nor hell can tear apart. Number 6. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Aizao Sakamaki, Asuka Kudu, and Yukasuka are extraordinary teenagers who are blessed with psychic powers, but completely fed up with their disproportionately mundane lives until, unexpectedly, each of them receives a strange envelope containing an invitation to a mysterious place known as Little Garden. Inexplicably dropped into a vast new world, the trio is greeted by Kurosaki, who explains that they have been given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to participate in special high-stakes games using their abilities. In order to take part, however, they must first join a community. Learning that Kurosaki's community No Names has lost its official status in Bountiful Land due to their defeat at the hands of a demon lord, the group sets off to help reclaim their new home's dignity, eager to protect its residents and explore the excitement that Little Garden has to offer. Number 5. A Jinn. Mysterious immortal humans known as a Jinn first appeared 17 years ago in Africa. Upon their discovery, they were labeled as a threat to mankind, as they might use their powers for evil, and were incapable of being destroyed. Since then, whenever an Jinn is found within society, they are to be arrested and taken into custody immediately. Studying hard to become a doctor, Kei Nagai is a high schooler who knows very little about a Jinn, only having seen them appear in the news every now and then. Students are taught that these creatures are not considered to be human, but Kei doesn't pay much attention in class. As a result, his perilously little grasp on this subject proves to be completely irrelevant when he survives an accident that was supposed to claim his life, signaling his rebirth as an Jinn, and the start of his days of torment. However, as he finds himself alone on the run from the entire world, Kei soon realizes that more of his species may be a lot closer than he thinks. Number 4. Fire Force. Spontaneous human combustion. A chaotic phenomenon that has plagued humanity for years, randomly transforming ordinary people into flaming, violent creatures known as infernals. While infernals make up the first generation accounts of human combustion, the second and third generations became known as pyrokinetics people, gifted with the ability to manipulate and control their flames while remaining human. To combat the infernal threat and discover the cause, the Tokyo Armed Forces, Fire Defense Agency, and Holy Church of Seoul produced their answer, the Special Fire Force. Young and eager third-generation pyrokinetic Shunra Kusaka, nicknamed Devil's Footprints for his explosive ability to ignite his feet at will, becomes a member of the lively Special Fire Force Company 8. Upholding the brigade's duty to extinguish the blazing infernals and lay their souls to rest, Shinra is determined to become a hero who will save the lives of those threatened by the flame terror. However, this is not the hero's game Shinra imagined. The Fire Force is a fractured mess of feuding brigades, abnormal infernal sightings are increasing all over Tokyo, and a shadowy group is claiming to have answers to the strange fire that caused the death of Shinra's family 12 years ago. Faced with many obstacles within and outside the Fire Force, Shinra fights to uncover the truth behind the burning mysteries that have kept him in the dark. Number 3. Aoi no Seraph. With the appearance of a mysterious virus that kills everyone above the age of 13, mankind becomes enslaved by previously hidden power-hungry vampires who emerge in order to subjugate society, with the promise of protecting the survivors, in exchange for donations of their blood. Among these survivors are Yuchiro and Michaela Haikuya, two young boys who are taken captive from an orphanage, along with other children whom they consider family. Discontent with being treated like livestock under the vampire's cruel reign, Michaela hatches a rebellious escape plan that is ultimately doomed to fail. The only survivor to come out on the other side is Yuchiro, who is found by the Moon Demon Company, a military unit dedicated to exterminating the vampires in Japan. Many years later, now a member of the Japanese Imperial Demon Army, Yuchiro is determined to take revenge on the creatures that slaughtered his family, but at what cost? Aoi no Seraph is a post-apocalyptic supernatural shonen anime that follows a young man's search for retribution, all the while battling for friendship and loyalty against seemingly impossible odds. Number 2. Deadman Wonderland. It looked like it would be a normal day for Ganta Igarashi and his classmates. They were preparing to go on a class field trip to a certain prison amusement park called Deadman Wonderland, where the convicts perform dangerous acts for the onlookers' amusement. However, Ganta's life is quickly turned upside down when his whole class gets massacred by a mysterious man in red. Framed for the incident and sentenced to death, Ganta is sent to the very jail he was supposed to visit. But Ganta's nightmare is only just beginning. The young protagonist is thrown into a world of sadistic inmates and enigmatic powers, to live in constant fear of the lethal collar placed around his neck, that is slowed only by winning in the prison's deathly games. Ganta must bet his life to survive in a ruthless place where it isn't always easy to tell friend from foe, all while trying to find the mysterious Red Man, and clear his name, in Deadman Wonderland. Number 1. The God of High School. The God of High School tournament has begun, seeking out the greatest fighter among Korean high school students. All martial arts styles, weapons, means, and methods of attaining victory are permitted. The prize: one wish for anything desired by the winner. Taekwondo expert Jin Morai is invited to participate in the competition. There he befriends karate specialist Han Dae-wai and swordswoman Yumi Ra, who both have entered for their own personal reasons. Morai knows that no opponent will be the same, and that the matches will be the most ruthless he has ever fought in his life. But instead of being worried, this prospect excites him beyond belief. A secret lies beneath the facade of a transparent test of combat prowess. The tournament claims to be one that has Korean political candidate Park Myu-jin watching every fight with expectant, hungry eyes. Morai, Dae-wai, and Mira are about to discover what it really means to become the god of high school.